Hello and welcome back to the second part of my 64 Civilization AI Battle Tournament taking place in Civilization 5. All 43 base game civs are involved as well as some modded civs. This is the second European episode as well, and it is the Battle of Eastern and Central Europe. If you remember from the last episode or you haven't watched it yet, then you would know that these battles are arranged geographically, and within the geographic ranges, it goes alphabetically of where the civilizations are placed. So in the top left corner, we have Austria, followed by Germany, Poland, and Russia. If you haven't already seen it, please go back and watch the other episode. It's quite good, and I like views. Also, subscribe. Thank you. Not much is going on right now. It's the early turns. We've got Germany spawning a settler up there. They're going, as it appears, I was going to say towards the middle, but they kind of pivoted and went towards that Tundra River up top there. If you didn't watch the other episode, I should let you know that the map is symmetrical, so each four corners are the same, so each civ is at the same kind of advantage, and there's all different types of land cover and land use involved in the game. Krakow is being spawned in the symmetrical location to Hamburg, so Germany and Poland are off to nice starts. I think this battle in particular is interesting because Poland and Russia are two of the strongest civilizations in the game. However, neither of them are going to be my pick to win. That's going to be Germany. I'm going to pause that on a second just to say that Salzburg was settled there on the west coast besides some dye and the bananas. But the reason Germany is my pick is, if you remember from last video, spoilers if you haven't seen it, is that Rome took a while to get going, and they ultimately ended up winning that video as well. There wasn't a lot of wars at the beginning. Germany, out of all these countries, has their strong, unique units in the later periods, so I think that definitely could help them out, though they don't have that barbarian advantage since there's no barbarians on this map. Lodz was settled in the middle, kind of by that Silk Spice gem area. They're also Get Eldorado right there, which will be plenty of help to them, and St. Petersburg being settled out in the east. However, it is not symmetrical to Salzburg, which is interesting. We have a lot of scouts actually. Surprisingly, the amount of scouts that have been spawned by these civs, quite interesting take. We just gotta wait a little while to get it going again. We're going to talk some more about the map in case you didn't watch the last video. There's an abundance of strategic resources out there so the AI can get up their appropriate units and build up strong armies to actually take over each other. If you remember, it's domination only. Right now, oh, Novgorod was settled. I was talking again, and there's Munich. Munich kind of being settled symmetrically from Lodz, but not exactly. It's a little bit off the coast of the river and closer to their actual empire, versus Novgorod is going up near the mountains. It appears to be two different strategies we got going. Germany and Poland are kind of going towards the center of the map, while Russia and Austria are sticking to the sides. Russia seems to be pushing more north to Germany than Austria is pushing south to Poland, though. It's just a little bit of interesting detail. This means Russia's settling more than Austria is settling. We have a religion founded. Oh, in our first war, Poland is declaring war on Germany. They have a little bit of an army there going against Munich. This is a way earlier war than has been declared in the past. They aren't going to get it, though they came very close. They don't have any melee units to actually take the city unless that scout comes, but I doubt it. And there's the peace deal. Poland won't get Munich, and Germany will survive another day with Munich. Kind of a little bit of an inconsequential war there. If you look at the leaderboard, though, Germany is in last, while Catherine of Russia is in first by quite a bit, Poland trailing in second, and Austria in third. No new cities have been settled during that whole scuffle, if you want to call it that. I am noticing Poland does have a great general, though, who's just sitting in Krakow, and Germany gets the Great Wall of China, or the Great Wall of Germany, if you want to call it, because that's kind of funny. Austria is still sitting on only 2 of their cities. They're not really expanding much. I mean, the Austrian AI isn't known for expanding exactly in my experience until later. Then they can kind of be a little city spammy, but right now they're kind of doing their own thing and chilling. I don't think any civ right now, if besides looking at the scoreboard, has a particular advantage placement wise. Again, it seems pretty even. Austria is trailing a little bit behind since they have less cities than the other civs. Leading the number of cities for civs is Poland with 4, then Germany and Russia tied with 3, and Austria in last with 2. They just used a great artist. I saw that out of the corner of my eye. It looks like the armies are pretty even as well. We're getting into the kind of the long swordsman era for Russia there. Which it actually looks like Russia is ahead in technology, at least military technology, which might be a bit of an advantage for them. However, they don't really have that many units. Neither does really anyone right now, though. I would think just passing the eye test that Poland has the most units, though, excuse me, a lot of them are scouts, so they're not really that powerful militarily wise. It looks like Austria is using another great artist. They're going for a culture victory when that's not possible. Good job, guys. Russia with musketmen already, and no one really else has even long swordsmen. Actually, no. Germany is the long swordsmen. They're up in the north. So Russia, sorry, it's definitely winning the tech war, and they declare war on Germany. This looks like it might be rough. Germany doesn't have much of an army, and Russia has superior firepower, although they are avoiding Munich and going straight for Berlin. Poland also declaring on Germany, so they're now fighting a two-front war. Russia going in there for Berlin, kind of dominating, but they might lose all their melee units, though they seem fine. And there, Berlin has fallen to Russia, first blood in this game. Poland's army kind of got decimated by Munich, but they have reserves that they're bringing in there. They should be able to take this if all goes according to plan. And there we go. Munich has fallen and been puppeted. They're not going to raise it. Germany is effectively out of the game now, sitting on one city up in Hamburg in the north, again symmetrical to Krakow. What's going to be interesting to see is if Civ that captures a city that's symmetrical to their own, if they decide to raise it or keep it, given that their resources would be, I don't want to say the exact same because the borders might be different, but pretty nearly identical. So that's something I'm looking forward to testing and seeing. After that war with Germany, people are kind of just chilling. I mean, the war is officially still raging, but Hamburg is not under much threat. Though Poland and Russia are putting some half-assed attempts at trying in there, though all their troops are getting defeated pretty well. Poland keeps embarking in that lake, which murders their troops quite effectively, since embarked units take more damage than if they were on the land from the city, and any German ranged units, which they don't actually appear to have, so that's kind of inconsequential, that feature. They will continue to hang on pretty well, though. Kind of Russia is pulled back completely. Poland is still sending the odd unit in, and there we go, embarking the night again. Not the smartest idea. They're just feeding experience to Germany, which, not that Germany is in a position to do anything right now anyways. It looks like Germany tried to do a counteroffensive into Berlin, but that went as well as you would expect it to, which is terribly, and didn't work at all. Austria has been pretty peaceful in all of this, sitting still with only 2 cities just on the outskirts. They do have musketmen, though, which, judging by the eye test, Poland still doesn't have. Quite interesting. And of course, Germany doesn't have it, since they're only a one province right now. Poland's bringing in some cannons and some more military units up there, probably trying to take Hamburg, and it seems like Russia is helping, and Russia's the one that takes Hamburg. Very interesting. So Russia got more out of this deal than Poland did, including the capital. And Hamburg's being raised. Russia does not have that city in the symmetrical part of the map, but they're still choosing to raise Hamburg. I'm wondering if it's a happiness issue, or even that, no, they have crabs. They don't have crabs in the rest of their empire, so they are choosing to give that up. Probably a happiness or a gold issue or something like that. The Russian army is now all chilling where Hamburg used to be, and there is nothing there anymore. Again, judging by the eye test, it looks like the Russian army is the biggest, followed by maybe the Austrian army is bigger than the Polish army right now, which is quite interesting. Poland lost a lot of troops and probably a lot of value from what they could have been building in their cities by building troops just to throw them into that Hamburg city to no avail. Obviously, Poland being, if you know anything about Civ 5, more of a culture victory Civ, but they're faring. They're doing their best right now. They're doing pretty good. They're in second place according to the scoreboard, and the scoreboard isn't always that accurate, but it's a good metric to see things we can't see right now, such as science and culture progress. It does get inflated by world wonders, though, which is a little bit of an issue. Russia hasn't seemed to do anything with that army. They haven't even moved it back to their territory. They've just been chilling where Hamburg used to be, in the ruins of Hamburg there. Austria seems to be moving something around, or maybe not, never mind. Poland has got their army kind of back. They're building up some reserves around Warklaw and building stuff up. Notre Dame constructed by Russia, which is big because that gives happiness, and we know Russia might have had a happiness problem due to burning Hamburg. And finally, a third settler coming out from Austria. Where are they going to go? Probably in that little gap, symmetrical to Salzburg. No, never mind. They settled, not symmetrical to anything, but on the same parallel as Lodz, but closer to the forested area. But they should be able to get some of those natural resources, which are nice and a big help. Religions for this game, we have two. We have Catholicism in Poland and, two wars. I'm going to interrupt myself. Poland declared on Austria, and Russia declared on someone who looks like it's Poland, and Munich is going to get swept quite nicely, especially with that unique Russian unit, and they have artillery. Yeah, it might be a little bit of a GG. There's Warclaw going as well that they're going to raise, but they chose to keep Munich. Poland kind of was distracted going after Austria there and left their backside open to Russia. It's not quite over yet, but it's definitely not good for Poland. They are bringing their army back. It looks like there's going to be a little bit of a fight. Never mind, there was a peace deal. Austria is going into Lodz, and Poland is kind of just chilling there. And there's the Polish city gone. That is going to hurt Poland in the long term, since they don't really have a chance to take the city back, even if there was a population dip. They're now sitting at only 3 cities, the same amount as Austria. Maybe not, though, because Graz is falling to Poland. Looks like they're going to try to compensate through that, and GG, Graz has been taken. Russia clearly in the lead now with only 4 cities actually tied with Poland, but they've had their cities for longer, and they are higher quality cities on average than Poland's higher population as well as 2 capitals to Poland's 1 capital. Poland looks to be going further into Austria. There's not much they can do defending just with the frigates. However, Poland has no melee units. They're just going in with artillery, which isn't the smartest idea because they won't actually be able to take the city. It looks like, yeah, they're retreating now. Austria survives another day, even without melee units. Quite fun. There's a great profit up there, so it looks like maybe not. It was, Austrian Catholicism then, and then Russian Eastern Orthodoxy, just judging by geography, would make the most sense. Is Austria and Russia fighting? I don't think so, but both our units have some damage up north. I'm trying to take a little look at what that triangle unit is. The map isn't cropped perfectly. That is my bad. And where to go? Oh, there's a great musician. Okay, not really consequential of much going on there. The Austrian-Poland war is still raging. Poland's trying to launch another offensive going into the north. Again, not doing much. Russia has built up a substantial army where Hamburg used to be, though. Clearly have the biggest army in the world right now, with riflemen superior technology to Poland or Austria's technology, who Poland still has musketmen, and Austria doesn't have any units to even tell. Poland looks like it's going into Austria again against... Oh, they're bringing musketmen in, and their unique unit there. They're still not able to do much damage, though, just getting picked off at the city, not even firing on it, which isn't the smartest idea. Russia seems to be doing nothing with their military anyways, just going back and forth in the north, and there's the peace deal between Poland and Austria. That war has cost Poland a lot. It cost them to lose a war to Russia, and really all they got out of it was Graz and losing a bunch of units, which is not ideal. Russia putting that military buildup in the north is marching nowhere again. Never mind. The AI seems to do that a lot, where it looks like they're going somewhere and then they back off. Austrian settler, though, kind of going where Hamburg was, but a little bit more close to the capital. They're going to benefit from some of that Hamburg's infrastructure that they built in the area, already being pre-built for them when they settle their city. Actually, Russia might be at war with Austria. It seems like units in the north are taking damage for no reason. Otherwise, they would have just not healed them for a while, which would be odd. They are at war with Austria. There you go. I must have missed that privateer attacking Linz, but to no avail. It seems like the AI does not know how to navigate that strait at all, the Russian AI trying to go for Linz. They are just throwing everything through it, though, which ultimately, might work. They are bleeding units, though, actually. Never mind. Age of Artillery, though, you never know. But they gotta be smarter to not embark their units. Poland really hasn't been able to build much up while this is going on. Linz might fall here. And yes, it does. So Austria is down again just to 2 cities. Russia decides to keep that city. That's very interesting considering the cities they burned. Might be a population thing though, happiness. So Russia is up to 6 cities, and Poland declares war on Austria again. They might be trying to get Vienna before Russia gets there, because if Russia gets 2 capitals to Poland's 1, it's heavily sided in Russia's favor, and it would take Poland quite a while to try to work up some resistance to that. So they're probably trying to prevent that from happening. Though not much is happening in Vienna. Vienna seems to be pretty blocked down. Russia's trying to move a few artillery units in, again with no melee units, and they just get battered down, as one would expect. No one said the Civilization 5 AI was the smartest, even with the Smart AI mod on. Vienna is taking some damage there from Poland, who seems to have surrounded the city now. I wonder if Poland's going to take it. Poland looks like they might, and they do. So it's 2 capitals to 2. Poland is making a little bit of a comeback, even though they're on the back foot, and now they're going for Salzburg, kind of to right their wrongs. And there we go. Austria has fallen. It is now Russia via Poland. Russia has the technology advantage over Poland and the unit advantage, and there they go, declaring war on Poland with the buildup of troops in Munich in the center of the map, going for Lodz straight through, right by Eldorado. Lodz is easily going to fall. Poland cannot answer that. They have no units. Most of the units died. The little they have are scattered. Going down to Krakow now. And oh my god, it is just a blitz of units. They have them way outnumbered. Poland's units cannot do anything. They have none anymore. Like, I see 3 useful units. Krakow has fallen. And if Russia keeps going for Warsaw, that will probably fall as well. And there they go. Great War Infantry. Oh, and Poland's had some units they've conglomerated to fight back, but Russia fights straight back. And they're about to surround Warsaw. They should be able to take this, given their machine guns and melee units. It's going to take them a couple turns, though. And yes, they do. They do, in fact, take Warsaw. So it's now 3 capitals for Russia, 1 for Poland. Things are looking dire. They don't even have their own capital. It might be over for Poland, but it's never over until the last capital falls. Graz is taking some damage from some Russian machine guns. There we go, weakening it up a bit. And Graz has fallen. Poland only has 1 city now, which is the Austrian capital. None of their original cities remain. Russia is going to slowly surround it and probably take Vienna as well. Russia burned a lot of former Polish cities, and there we go. They built the Manhattan Project, and they take Vienna in the same turn. Thank you for watching this episode. Please subscribe and stay tuned for the next one. And Russia will advance to the European finals.